So, over my career, which extends now over 40, well over 40 years, I've got a formal education with a bachelor's degree and a master's degree in industrial engineering and management systems. I went to work for Eastman Kodak Company and spent 10 years with those folks, working primarily in the sheet film divisions in manufacturing. And we worked there primarily on cycle compression. We had a major project that I was working with where I really learned what today you'd call lean manufacturing. But we took the process from a 3-week turnaround from the master roll to the finished product in the box down to 8 hours. And it was all doing the same kinds of things you would do today in lean, except we didn't call it that at that time. So that's where I first discovered that that's really what my passion was. And it's to some variation. I've been doing those kinds of things ever since. After Kodak went through some of its early problems in the late 70s, early 80s, I had contacts at one of their customers, which was Fox Stanley Photo Products, and they hired me to be a plant manager. And I ran one of their photo finishing plants. And for those of you that remember chemical film, you take your pictures, you take it to the drugstore or to your local Walmart, put it in a little bag, and then 2 days later it would show back up with prints on it. Well, I was the guy that ran the plant that turned it from a roll of film into pictures. And I learned about labor management. A lot of the stuff that we learned as industrial engineers in terms of setting standards, overseeing people and processes, I didn't have to use as a product engineer, but once I became a plant manager, I had to learn about managing people. And we went through several instances there with attempts at union organization. So I learned about unions firsthand, learned how to organize the plant so that it was not necessarily union-proof, but recognizing the needs of people in the process. As things change, what you can and can't do and what you should and shouldn't do, managing people to keep them relatively happy on the shop floor. After about 3 or 4 years with that, the industry changed again, and they went to the concept of the mini lab, where instead it was more distributed than central. So we shut down that plant, and I was looking for something else to do. So I started working in the professional consulting business with initially Gemini Consulting and then A.T. Kearney, and spent a good portion of the next 10 to 15 years either participating in consulting operations with major companies or actually running projects. And there we got a lot of how you manage with KPIs. And, it's very, very bottom line oriented. And you drive both your people and the client's people to setting up systems so that you can process what you've got and see where you're progressing against the project, establishing project norms, and just basically working to the numbers.